I was told at some point to choose between radio and TV. I chose radio.
Hi, my name is Sepo 187, numero uno, Lyrical Sensei. You guys are listening to Utuntu FM. Keep it locked.
Hello, welcome to another inspiring episode of Pazed's Media Star, where we document the lives of living legends in the media circles. In this awesome epic episode, we chat with the Zambian National Broadcasting Corporation's Radio 4 DJ MAN CHILU, whose real name is actually Chilufya Kusensela. On with your boy Tweet Lulu. Stay glued on your home of podcasts.
I joined ZNBC in 2003 as a marketer, okay? Then from there, I said, okay, I've got a passion for radio. Then I switched to radio. Myself and Innocent Kalaluka, we came from the marketing department.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so we used to love radio at the same time. While we were working in the marketing department, we had a passion for radio. We used to have, I used to have a show that I used to present on Radio 2 before I joined Radio 4.
What is the show?
The show used to be called Lifestyle.
Wow.
That's what I used to do. I just used to deal with different real life situations that I used to present on that show. So then radio, so that passion of radio, I used to have it with me, and I would present radio in a certain way, and then managers would be like, "Hey, you guys, are you someone from marketing?" Yes. But how are you? You're good in presenting. Why don't you join radio? I said, "Okay, yeah, I think of that. Maybe I might switch department." And for sure, an opening came in, and then I switched to radio. And then that's the time I told myself to say, "No, now that I've switched from the sales department, from the marketing department, as a marketing person, I've moved to radio. This is the time now I should go to school." And guess what ZNBC did? Mm-hmm. ZNBC, because of the way I was presenting on radio, they felt as management, let's invest in this young man because of the way he's presenting. And they're the ones that took me. ZNBC management sponsored me to go to school, and I did mass communication.
When did you go to school by then?
Which year was that? Which year was that when I did my mass com? Because I think I did radio like a year before I even went to school. That was in 2008, 2009, somewhere there.
Okay.
I switched. Yes, I think I switched to Zamcom. That's when I went to do my mass communication. Right. Then I went back and forth. I would go and upgrade in this. Zamcom has been a good school where you go back and do this, do that. Just different things to do with journalism, different programs. But of course, before that, I was a marketing and sales person. I did my marketing in South Africa at a college called BBC. That was based on Boston Business College. Yeah, that's Boston Business College. That was year back. In 2004, 2003, somewhere there. That's when I joined the NBC into the marketing and sales department. Then I switched to radio.
Loving this conversation. Wait, is Man Chilu a family man? Let's hear from him. Otherwise, don't forget to hit that share, like, and subscribe button.
You're a father of how many children?
I'm a father of 4 beautiful babies.
Wonderful.
Okay, my firstborn daughter just turned 16. She's in grade 11 at North Mid Secondary School. Okay, I've got a 10-year-old daughter who's my second-born. Then there's an 8-year-old, my third. That's Francine. So there's Francine. There's Natasha, the first-born. The second-born is Joy, and my fourth is a boy. That's Man Chilu Junior. There.
Wonderful.
Yeah, is 6 years old now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Then have one girl, if you're not yet married, have that girl that you trust. And I thank God I married somebody who I met before I went on radio.
Wow, good.
So I didn't marry a fan. You get a point there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because you might end up marrying a fan, my man. And that becomes danger now when you marry a fan. Yeah, you should be like, okay, what happens now if you leave radio? If you marry the fan? Yeah, so that becomes a tricky thing, yeah. But so it's good to marry somebody that respects you, somebody that knows you, somebody that you had, others will come in, genuine people. You know, okay, this one is genuine, and she loves me for me, not because I'm on radio, because I'm popular, because I'm what, yeah. So I told myself, I'll marry this someone who knows me, who has known me. I used to be with her at school, and she was like 2 grades behind me.
Which school are you at?
I went to Kablonga. She was at Kablonga Girls. I was at Kablonga Boys.
For my former school.
Yeah, you see, yeah.
Awesome.
At some point, I then went to Mature Boys.
Oh.
I switched, yes, but my donation number was Kablonga Boys.
Which was that?
That was 2000.
Oh.
That was the time I did my grade 12, yes.
That was the time you wrote your exam, 2000?
Yeah, that's the time I wrote my grade 12 exam in 2000. What grade were you in by then?
I was just born by then.
You old, yeah? Like, what?
Yeah, that's funny, but that's true, right? That's true, yeah. So
Yeah, okay, that's good, eh?
we came to start listening to you. Okay, so what happened with developing interest for radio is like by the time I was in grade 4, my friend had the laptop at their place. So
Okay.
by the time it was somewhere 19 hours, we could imagine that we're on Radio 4. You get it, eh?
Oh, yes.
Then I would check my voice. Either I would take it to yours, or maybe I would resemble it with that of this guy, DJ Dazzle. So
Oh, yes.
always an imagination, like on radio, you're talking, you're having a musical show.
That's how we all started, yeah. Like you're doing like a rehearsal on your own, eh?
Yeah, so by the time
Yeah, like a rehearsal.
So by the time I was in grade 11, I had an imaginary show with my friends. Like we used to have it on break time at Prolonga Boys.
Okay.
When others go for break, I would sit with buy some snacks to eat. Then I would imagine that I'm on Pan African radio, talking to having an interview with my friends, and they would take it serious. So take it serious. But I never realized that by then I never even where Pan was. The only thing I had in mind was just a pretend. So by the time I completed, I did some stuff in organizations where they treat me media related stuff. Then in 2019, the second Saturday in January 2019, that's when I kicked off my radio journey. So it was
nice.
At fun. So I never knew that it would actually happen, because it's just a dream I had that time. Sending to you guys and everything just happened, you know.
Oh yeah, yeah. So it's a journey. That's how we start. We start by imagining first.
And the branding aspect, how best can a radio presenter brand themselves? And like, there's a part whereby you can brand yourself as this through your voice and also through the way people look at you. But also these people who misunderstand branding by taking the lifestyle they are living.
Come up with good jingles that people remember you of, eh?
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, come up with good, nice jingles, you know, in different ways, different programs that you do. Even the way you just handle yourself in public as you step out there, the way you dress, the way you talk to people, you know, the way you handle your callers on radio, that also carries weight, eh? Others, you know, there's some presenters that sound just rude. You get a point, eh? You've heard of such presenters, right?
Yeah, no, so we do listen to them. We and we just know diet.
Yeah, you know, the presenter just sounds so rude, whereby he's chasing away the listeners. And then one thing they forget is just one presenter can chase away some listeners from listening to the entire station. They just move. Because now with the digital world, with the social media thing, people should let's think of you should think outside the box. You can come up as a radio presenter. You can utilize social media in a good way. You get a point there? You can attract your fans through social media by coming up with a page where people follow you. That's another way of branding yourself. And then just be mindful what you do in public.
Yeah.
So radio presenters should know how to handle themselves. We are protecting brands here, not only your personal brand, but the station brand also. You know, I've worked for ZNBC this far, and I've respected. And let me tell you the truth, I'm not who I am because I'm good in what I do, okay? I'm Man Chilu. I'm Man Chilu because Radio 4 made me to be what I am. Awesome. Okay? I always respect Radio 4. I always respect ZNBC. I am where I am here today. People are respecting me in what I do. Why? Because of the station I work for. So I always trust ZNBC. ZNBC Radio 4 is the biggest thing that has ever happened to me in my life. Yeah, so I always trust the station I work for. I'm telling the people who are listening to say, I'm telling to that person that is listening, my listener there, to say, as Man Chilu, the biggest thing that has ever happened to me is working for Radio 4. That's why I always trust and love radio and respect radio because of the station that we work for. We should love the stations and we should, always respect the stations.
Hi, my name is Sepo 187, numero uno, Lulu Kusensela. You guys are listening to Utuntu FM. Keep it locked.
I just love radio. I love radio, so people will continue celebrating radio in this way.
And the other thing, Man Chilu, in your journey, when you are starting, what are some of the challenges you faced, and how did you manage to overcome them as a radio DJ and as a media personality?
Radio is one thing that you need to have self-discipline for you to manage, the limelight. Okay. for you to manage the fame. You should not take people should not take fame to their head. Okay, I'm one person who became famous in a short period of time when I went on radio. Because of I don't know in which way I attracted people in my presentation or in the way I used to do things on radio, the way I used to play music. But I noticed you get so much attention from people out there. The challenge is that you might even have so much attention from the opposite sex. Okay?
Yeah.
That's where the discipline comes in. Because remember, you just tell yourself, this is just a job. When I'm out from the studio, I'm just an ordinary person. So you keep telling yourself, this is just a job. But if you take your job and feel and think, now that you're famous, you can now, win each one and, win all the girls out there. Or because you're a lady, you're getting so much attention from different guys. Now you can, date anyone you want. Trust me, that will be your downfall once you start doing that. HIV and AIDS is real. We've lost people that we used to know in radio. Others that took the fame to their head. You get a point there?
Yes.
And we can even tell as radio presenters to say, this one is because of the lifestyle. That's why he's ended up this way. And they ended up regretting. But I've managed as Man Chilu because my lifestyle has helped me come this far. Okay? I'm one person who, one, doesn't drink. And number two, nice. I don't smoke. Number three, this is shocking, I don't club.
Like this, I'm getting this for the first time. Like, I think you're the best DJ I've talked to that's in club, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I used to. Let me not run away from the fact that I used to, back in the years, Okay. But I think I grew out of it. I know, and I'm one person who found it very boring because, one, I don't drink. I've never drank alcohol.
Oh.
Okay. Even those days, I used to be when I was standing up, when I was still very fresh on radio, I would go maybe once in a while. I would go in a club, like you go to different clubs, but you find yourself maybe just hanging around in a club, and then you're surrounded by people that are drunk and they're on a different level. You get a point there? I have friends that drink, and I would hang around with them, once in a while, or be in the club with them. And maybe you spend even almost maybe midnight, 01, but you find yourself telling yourself, but what am I doing here? Whenever my friends get drunk, they're on a different level. I remain on a different level. So that I just grew out of that. I said, no, let me not do this. So even the time I was marrying, I married in 2010. On the 29th of May. My wife found me, I'd already stopped that kind of life.
Wonderful.
Yeah, that was I think I quit clubbing like in 2008. I told myself, no, it's not worth it for me. So, and people will be shocked to say, how come you're a DJ, you don't go in clubs? But how do you get this music? There are many ways of going.
Your creativity, everything comes out of it.
Exactly, yeah. So people, but how come you don't drink? We don't see you in clubs. I check around, I see your friends in clubs. How come you? Where are you found? I tell them, guys, being on radio does not mean you have to be a playerful, or you have to be a club guru. You get a point there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you shouldn't be a person who goes to clubs too much. It doesn't mean that the people who are on radio, they play too much. No. We just have to have a passion in what we do. And trust me, you will deliver. Music, there are many ways of finding good songs. You get a point?
Yes, indeed.
There are many ways you can find good songs without you going in a club. I don't know why people think you only know what is latest when you go in a club.
No, it's not about knowing what is latest when you find in a club. It's about the way you interact with the listeners, the way you have to get with what happens around the world. Get it?
Exactly.
So that's a function. Maybe they drink, they watch, all those things, right?
Yes. So there's been that misconception. There's been that belief that club DJs, radio DJs, they are naughty. They date a lot of different girls. They club a lot. They are naughty guys. No, it's not every radio DJ or radio presenter that does that. It's just an individual thing. Other radio presenters just take it as a job. So this is just a job for me. I'm finding ways of how to, take care of my family. You get a point there?
Yeah.
And it's a very good job. Trust me. Look at BBC. BBC, they've got very old presenters, Just on radio. Somebody already retired and he was brought back on contract because of the way he used to do things during those days, and people just cry for him. He has retired, but people still cry for him. But no. We want her. We want him to come back. And then that person, and because of the passion that person still has for radio, and it's one job that you can still do even if you're in your old age. You get a point there?
Exactly.
Because you use your voice.
Yeah.
It's not like I've never heard of anyone who says my voice is tired. I can't talk anymore. No. It's a best job. Trust me. Yeah. It's the best job that somebody can ever have. There was one guy who came from Japan, and he says, "You know what, you guys? He came on attachment at ZNBC. And this Japanese guy, we worked with him in radio for some time on his attachment, and he says, you know what? This is the best job because you can do it at any age if you decide to do it. Look, today we even have 5FM.
Yeah.
5FM has got, our legends that are still on radio. Yeah. Ricky B used to be ZNBC. Yeah, Ricky B retired from ZNBC, and he still had the passion. Okay, the big man himself, Maki P. I mean, he's so rest in peace, the late CEO of 5FM. Even at the time when he was answering the Lord's call, the man was still on radio. You get a point there? And I love the fact that we even have 5FM that accommodates the old, at heart when it comes to radio. Because others, they can retire from radio, but they still have the heart for radio. And, and it keeps them going. They still have the fans who are still loving them, so they can easily switch from this station to a station that accommodates the legends. You get a point there? Because radio is just sweet. It doesn't matter how old you are, as long as you can still talk. Your body will start, changing, but the voice will remain. That's how beautiful radio is. The voice can change because you've grown, but the voice, I think the body will change, but the voice will remain. As long as you have the energy and the passion, you can still do radio as part-time at some point,
Exactly.
That's what.
The other thing, Man Chilu, is you possess two personalities. There's a TV personality which you have, and the Man Chilu personality you have. Don't you find yourself questioned by people question your personality when they see you on TV, then there's this one on radio? Don't you find yourself in such a question by the question? They have got more like a preference on whom they like to listen to and the one or maybe they like to watch.
Oh yes, that one happens a lot. You find others who say, okay, you have a mix of presenters, like I think of listenership.
Yes.
There will be a division of listenership, and of course those that love you most on radio, and those that love you most on TV. And now it depends again what kind of a program you handle on TV. That will attract a certain type of people as well. So on radio, radio is flexible. We deal with different types of programming. We deal with interviews. You can interview people here. You sound so in a formal way. You get a point there? And then you even do away with your stage name. That's the time we bury the part of Man Chilu, and I'm now called as Chilufya Kusensela. You get a point?
Yes.
Meaning I'm dealing with this very, maybe it's a corporate program. It's a very, very important program. So that part, when that part comes, when entertainment comes, you switch again, and then you become now the Man Chilu now who can play music around and interact with people in a certain way.
Yes.
So that issue, I know it comes in as when your listeners are listening, they'll be like, the fans are following you, and they'll be like, oh, okay, this guy's got like two different personalities. So we confuse them a bit, but they love it because that's where the creativity comes in.
Oh yeah.
A radio presenter has to be creative and adapt to what is coming accordingly. You can be playing music. When you've been playing music for the last 1 hour, then the guys in the sales and marketing department just walk in on you with a very, an urgent commercial program.
Yeah.
Say, we have this program that's supposed to come in the next 2 minutes. Oh, serious? They just paid. Yes, they just paid. It's a very important program. It's a corporate program. But now you have to switch from the guy who's been playing music, dancehall music, the past 2 or 3 hours. Now you have to switch to this formal person. And then, it's just how you adjust your voice and then come back to normal and present this corporate program. And then people who are listening will be like, so many ways of dinner manje. I change the footy, just conduct the interview footy, in a certain way. So it's about creativity and knowing what you do at a certain time. That's where the training part comes in handy when somebody goes to school. They'll not teach everything at school. That's one thing. DJing is something that somebody cannot teach you.
Yeah, about this time.
Yeah. DJing is just a passion. Yeah, you can learn skills here and there and interacting with different type of DJs, but it's not a skill that somebody will just say, let me teach you how to do this, how to become a good DJ. No. That creativity comes with you, Yeah, that passion is in you, and that creativity comes with you. Yeah, they can teach you how to become a journalist. Yes, how to conduct things as a journalist. But when it comes to DJing skills, that one is it's a bit personal. It's like a footballer. Get a point,
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, footballers, yes, they can teach you a little bit of this and that, but you end up being more special than the other. You be more skillful than the other person. You can all be number 9, but only a few of you will be chosen because you put in extra. You get a point,
Mm-hmm.
You put in the passion in it. We need to have the passion on radio. We need to love radio, and then you find everyone will start loving us, including radio, start loving us as well. So it's about the passion that we put. Others just go on radio for the sake of finding something like finding some food to put on the table. You get a point there?
Mm-hmm.
More like just a job. But others have a passion in it. They go an extra mile and just love radio, and everything they do on radio, they just put an extra effort in it. So that's a difference about radio presenters as well. Yeah, I know. I was awarded. And I love and I thank my fans for voting and saying no man chilu in those the last awards we had last time, the Zambia Music Awards, where I was given that award as the best radio.
Is it the Mosi Award you're talking about?
The Mosi Award last time, yes, and then different awards. Yeah, so I'm just saying to those that managed to vote for me in different awards, I would like to say thank you very much to my fans because they believe in me. And I'll keep doing what I have to do, and also urge all the young presenters to put in the best because I want to see more and more radio presenters, the young ones who are coming up, to start getting these awards. We want to see more of these, and I just hope the awards will continue. That's a way of motivating the young presenters, and that's the only way we can make radio continue and be trusted because they're motivating the radio presenters. You get a point?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, so we need more of these awards. We need the corporate world to come on board and sponsor different awards because trust me, I listen to different radio stations and I've had very good skills and I'm happy saying, okay, there are good young presenters coming on board, but we need to award them. We need to recognize their efforts. I don't know why the awards are stopped now, but I'm calling upon the corporate world and even the government themselves to just come on board, as government and the corporate world, to come up with different awards that can recognize the effort that the radio presenters are putting on in different on different radio stations, which is good. That way it will motivate them, and radio will continue, and people continue celebrating this World Radio Day if the personalities on radio are being motivated.
For the sake of the listener, could you list the awards that you have had over time as a radio presenter?
Okay, those other awards are just like local awards within the station, within the company. You get a point there?
Yeah.
Like most disciplined, most, then there was a time I went to South Africa. I was also appreciated because at some point when I was in school that side. At some point, yeah. So when I went there, the guys in South Africa I almost joined ZNBC at some point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I was like, okay, where do I go from here? I was doing just a few programs here and there, but ZNBC almost got me on board. But I said, okay, let me try home first. If I fail to get a job home, for me, home has always been the best. I'm one person who's been given opportunities to work. I stayed in South Africa for almost 5 years, but I decided to come back home. Yeah, I decided to come back home. I said, no, I need to try home first. If I fail to find a job at home, then I might consider coming back to South Africa. And luckily, when I got from ZNBC, got me back on board. And now I even got a full-time job. And that was in 2008, 2009, somewhere there. So so I just respect. So apart from the Zambia, the Mosi Awards, I want just a little these other young, small awards in recognition in different ways. Corporate awards, within ZNBC and other companies as well. But those are just like recognition awards, apart from the Mosi Awards.
Great indeed.
But I want to see, apart from me, I would want to see these awards to go to most of the young and upcoming, good radio presenters. So apart from what I do as a radio presenter, I'm into farming. I've got my farm in Nampundwe, where I'm having some projects happening right now. I'm done with the housing for goats. Okay. Yeah. So I'm also planning to start keeping pigs. I'm doing something for piggery somewhere. It's about a 6-point-something hectares of land that I have there. I've done the shelters already there. So I'm also urging radio presenters to also think outside the box. Okay? Apart from what we do on radio, we can venture into different business activities. So that's another way that I want to also encourage the radio presenters there. That's how I keep myself busy, because as a sober person,
Yeah.
So apart from, others might think to say, what do you do? Apart from, if you don't drink, you don't smoke, you don't club, what do you do?
Then what do you do, right?
Then what do you do? That question always comes in, that question always comes in. Yeah, like what do you do apart from what you so how do you entertain yourself? Yeah, so I love farming. That's how I entertain myself. Other presenters might have other things that they love doing, other business ventures, that they like engaging themselves into. But I'm one person who loves farming. I'm so much into farming. So I got myself and my family. I farm in Nampundwe, just Nampundwe area there. So we're doing a lot of activities. Every Sundays I'm at the farm just to make sure things are moving, and things have been moving slowly. A lot of things. I've got soybeans, I've got maize there. This farming season, that's what I planted there. And luckily, it's not affected with what is happening now, because it's on the higher. It's on the higher part of it.
Oh.
It's like so my land is on more like it's at least it's up. It couldn't be submerged by the crops couldn't be submerged there.
Good.
By the floods that we're experiencing. Yeah.
And I ask you this: who is behind the voice? That's the section. What's your name, sir? Man Chilu.
Oh yeah, that one. That one. I think. I just used one of at the times I used these some of the presenters that come to Yeah, at times I would use the young presenters that come in on like attachments. Yeah, I can't even remember the lady I used in that voice.
That's always on my mind. Every time I think about the name itself, I'm like, what's your name, sir?
As you grow and grow in experience when it comes to radio, anytime you want to consult anything, anytime. But the most important thing is discipline. Yeah, discipline is the key thing. Discipline. Just have self-discipline. Girls will come run for you because they want to have a piece of you. You get a point there? There's nothing much that they will come for. They just want to have a piece of you and to go and shine to their friends. Oh, I managed to hang around with him. And then the same girls, others will just mess you up. You get a point there? Others will go on social media and just post stupid things. No, he actually did this, he actually did that, he actually what. Others coming to mess up your name. Others are even hired to come and mess up your name because some guys somewhere they're jealous of you, so they want your reputation. Remember, it's not easy to build a good name,
It's not easy, yeah.
It's not easy. Look at how many years we've been on radio, and then all of a sudden, just one girl comes and just messes up your name because somebody has sponsored her to come and mess up your name, so that they take advantage of the bad name that you're going to create. And it's easy to create a bad name. It's just a second.
I believe you all have been inspired by this legend. Everything about DJ Man Chilu is all about passion and professionalism. This wraps up the show on Pazed Media Star. It's Sepo and Tweet Lulu on Utundu FM, home of podcasts.